Lisa, it's great to actually have you out here to have a fireside chat with me. Thank you for taking time out, and at the outset, great partnership between JPM and Tech Mahindra, and thank you for being the sponsor for that partnership.
Thank you.
I wanted to actually start, Lisa, the discussion based on the setup out here at SAP Sapphire. I saw that JPMC was right in front and center in the keynote. Christian was actually having your CFO, Jeremy, out there. It is a strength of the partnership that you have with SAP, and Tech Mahindra also being actually called out in the keynote in terms of the key partners is a wonderful place to start the entire discussion. I wanted to ask you actually that the entire payments globally in terms of the landscape is evolving, and you see a lot of focus on real-time payments. You see a lot of kind of regulatory changes that are coming. How do you kind of look at all of this in the strategy that you have at JPM?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to sit and have a candid conversation with you about our partnership and also about the future of payments. And so obviously we are one of the largest payments companies in the world. We serve thousands of clients, move trillions of dollars around the world every day. And we hear a lot from our clients in terms of what their expectations are, what things are changing. And because we're in so many countries, we also are at the forefront of all the regulatory change that we see. And from our clients, I think our clients are most interested in working with a banking partner who, first of all, can deliver. Obviously, their needs are evolving, they're changing. They want to understand what we're doing from a banking perspective to help them be able to innovate boldly from their perspective. We invest a lot in our technology platforms. We invest a lot in our tech stack. And what that means is that we're able to deliver for clients the things that they care most about, which is speed. They want real time, as you said. A lot of our clients are looking at very different payment types and payment methods as they look to get into different types of businesses around the world. Obviously, that changes as they grow and as they expand their customer base. JP Morgan has always been on the cutting edge of technology, everything from our Connexus platform, which leverages blockchain technology, coin-based technology as well. We've been at this for a number of years, really looking for different ways to provide speed, accuracy, and most of all, trust to our clients. And our clients are looking to us to really be at the forefront of driving innovation. And we talk a lot about AI these days, and our clients are very much interested in how we're going to leverage AI to do things faster, to reduce the cycle time for our software development, our product development, and all of these things, which we are embracing wholeheartedly, and we're bringing in these various technologies to help us to do so. And the landscape we see coming closer, the world is getting smaller in terms of overall landscape, and the regulation that we see that is really meant to sort of, I think, drive consistency, try to help weed out some of the challenges that we have around fraud by introducing things like the ISO standards and things of that nature, which really helps us as banks be able to identify payments more accurately, be able to weed through sort of where there are fraudulent activities happening. And all of this is going to benefit our clients. But as a bank, we obviously need to make sure that we can usher in these changes and stay in front of them, and having a great tech partner by our side that can help us to do that. That's really the crux of it, right? And so the partnership that we have both with SAP as well as with Tech Mahindra is allowing us to do that. And our clients see that, and so they're always looking for us to be their most trusted partner.
Wonderful. And this being actually a very regulated industry, how do you actually foster innovation to actually keep on going? Because it's like trying to kind of do innovation, but also kind of keep keep the lens on the regulatory aspects. So how do you manage that?
Yeah, I mean, we take our banking license very seriously, right? And we know that from a regulatory perspective, right, that there's just things that we need to do to make sure that we are being good stewards of our clients and the funds that we are responsible for. When you move 12 to $13 trillion around the world,
Absolutely, that's fantastic.
yeah, it's a huge responsibility, right? And we need to do that with care. We are always looking for new ways in which we can make sure that our platforms are secure and robust and always on, always ready. We have a tremendous focus on data as a strategy. Everyone in the company owns data, right? From the product managers to it's not a technology process, right, around data. We all own the data.
Right.
And we make sure that we have good standards, good processes, good practices around it. And in the end, the carrot at the end of the stick is that the better we are at maintaining, managing good data stores, data sources, and really being able to have full traceability and understand where the information is and how to get to it, that also allows us to be faster and better at some of our AI initiatives as well, right? You don't have an AI strategy unless you have a data strategy. And at the end of the day, being good stewards of our customers' information, good stewards of the financial responsibility that we have as an organization that moves so much money around the world every day, that gives us it makes our responsibility that much more serious in terms of how we think about making sure that we're ushering in all of the sort of regulatory environment that's required so that we don't cause any issues.
Absolutely. And I think you touched upon actually the point in terms of the advancements or the changes that are happening in the payments landscape. You touched upon the client expectations. We touched upon also how innovation is actually thriving in a regulated kind of setup from a JPM standpoint. If I actually now pivot towards actually the ecosystem players, right? How do you kind of leverage the ecosystem players in terms of bringing the best forward for your clients? And it's looking at fintechs, it's looking at actually kind of hyperscalers, it's looking at organizations like NVIDIA, Anthropic. How do you kind of bring all these ecosystem players together?
Yeah, I mean, we are an organization that is never afraid to be, like I said, at the forefront of innovation. But we also realize that we can't do everything by ourselves. And so we have a very robust partnership organization that really focuses on the partnerships that we enter into in order to deliver for our clients. Our technology organization is always looking at the best out there in terms of bringing in and enhancing our tech stack. Right. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that our tech stack can serve our customers, and that it can do so in the most secure and robust way. We can't grow unless we have an ecosystem of partners that can help us grow. So
Right.
we're never out there doing everything on our own or trying to build everything in-house, right? And so we realize that the only way that we're going to move faster is to go together. And so that's what we focus on. And we look for the best players that are out there that can partner with us. But they have to have the same sort of ethos that we have around serving the customer and making sure...
Cultural alignment should be there.
Absolutely, right? Making sure that at the end of the day, our clients can trust that we make the best decisions for them, whether we're building or we're building with partners.
And I think there's so much of actually talk about AI these days, right? I mean, in this conference also, we saw actually that AI was talked about, autonomous operations was actually talked about. From the JPM lens standpoint, do you look at AI to make an impact on the efficiency part, or is it actually on the experience part, or is it towards hyper-personalization of services, Which is the cornerstone for you?
Well, I think it's all three, to be fair, right? I mean, obviously, AI will give us a lot of advantages in terms of, as I said, our SDLC, our PDLC, being able to move faster internally, right? Obviously, AI plays a huge role in that. Obviously, and if we want to get to an autonomous treasury, we know that the use of agents and ushering in some of the more advanced AI technology will be a key part of that as well. So we look at it across the board, as well as from a regulatory and fraud perspective. We know that AI will help us with being able to detect better, being able to have faster access to patterns and things that will help us manage our customers' data better, manage activities across the platforms. We know that from an operations perspective, that there are key operational activities that can just be done by agents, right? And we know that. But that also frees up opportunity for us to work on our more strategic initiatives on behalf of our clients. It also gives us more time to design frameworks and design experiences that will delight our clients, right? And so that's really where we're starting to see the benefit and where we think AI will really be able to help us. So it's really across the board, to be fair.
Wonderful. Now, coming to the partnership, I know that we are working together on the initiative related to the CBPR. We are also working together in terms of the payment products that you have to be integrated onto the ERP systems for your clients. How do you see actually the TechM JPM partnership evolving as we go further and further in this relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I see the partnership as deepening. I see what your organization is able to deliver to help with that entire process. Right, it's going to help us to provide more transparency to our clients, and especially on the CBPR front. We know that clients are struggling trying to figure out like what needs to happen, what can they do, what changes they need to make. We talk to a lot of our clients and they're not even sure what's in their systems, right? That they don't really know that some of these files have been set up a long time ago and they're not necessarily sure what's coming out of their ERPs and what they're actually sending us. So they're looking for us to be able to, in a sense, give them a scorecard and tell them how good or bad the data is in terms of whether they're meeting the requirement for CBPR Plus. And working with a partner like Tech Mahindra, we can point our clients to some of the technology that you all have put in place to say, these are the things that we can deploy on your side to help fix some of the challenges that you have. Here's a framework that you can use to help sort through some of the data and the files so that you can get things in a more compliant way so that you're ready for the change come later this year. And I think being able to go to market with our clients with a combined solution between what we're doing as a bank to manage this process, as well as what you all are doing as a technology company along with us, provides a lot of benefit to our clients. And they see that we're working on their behalf. And it's the same thing with our ERP partners like SAP, right? We're all doing this together to make sure that our clients don't miss the deadline. And I think they really do appreciate that.
Wonderful. I wanted to actually close on two comments. One is, if I remember actually Jeremy talking in the keynote along with Christian, Christian asked him like, what is the most important thing for you? And he said it is scale, speed, and trust.
That's correct.
In this conversation also, I saw that you were actually kind of talking about those three aspects in different kind of responses to things that I asked. So it looks like actually it's very well culturally kind of aligned in terms of having the scale, the speed, and the trust.
Absolutely.
And if you look at TechM's tagline is actually scale at speed, So scale at speed is actually there, and the trust is obviously there in the partnership. So very, very kind of thankful for you to actually foster the partnership and actually kind of even strengthen it as we are going through the weeks, months of actually the partnership. So thank you so much for spending the time with us. Thank you for sharing your perspectives, and wonderful to see the partnership flourish.
Thank you very much. And we're really looking forward to doing more. But most importantly, we're looking forward to bringing delight to the clients together.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.